She said she was going out for just an hour. She never came back. But what she sent me the next morning hurt more than betrayal. I didn't think much of it when she left. It was a normal evening, or at least, that's what I told myself. She stood near the door, fixing her hair in the mirror, wearing that blue dress I'd seen 100 times before, but something about the way she avoided my eyes felt different. "I won't be long," she said. Just 5 words. 5 simple words that I would replay in my head 1,000 times before the night was over. "Where are you going?" I asked, not because I needed to know, but because something inside me needed reassurance. She grabbed her phone, hesitated for half a second, then smiled. "Just out. I need some air." And then she left. The door clicked shut behind her. And just like that, something in the house felt empty. At first, I didn't question it. People go out. People need space. That's normal, right? I sat on the couch, flipping through channels, half watching something I couldn't even remember now. The clock ticked louder than usual. Every second felt heavier. An hour passed. Then another. I picked up my phone. No messages. No missed calls. I typed, "Hey, you okay?" I stared at the screen for a while before hitting send. Delivered. But not read. I told myself not to overthink. She's probably busy. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she met a friend. Maybe. Maybe. Funny how that word slowly turns into fear. By 10 p.m., I called her. Once. Twice. 3 times. No answer. Each ring felt longer than the last. Like it was echoing into something I didn't want to face. I stood up and walked around the house for no reason. Kitchen. Bedroom. Living room. Back again. Everything was the same. Except it wasn't. Her coffee mug was still on the table. Her scarf was hanging on the chair. Her presence was everywhere. But she wasn't. At 11:17 p.m., I called again. Straight to voicemail. That's when my chest tightened. Not panic. Not yet. Just a quiet kind of dread. I opened our chat again. Scrolled up. Memories in text form. Don't forget Milk Red Heart. I'll be late. Today. Miss you. When was the last time she said that? I kept scrolling. And then I noticed something I hadn't before. Her replies had gotten shorter. Colder. Distant. Like she was there, but not really there. Midnight. I was no longer sitting. I was pacing. Every sound made me look at the door. Every car that passed made my heart jump. But it was never her. At 12:36 a.m., I called again. Nothing. I sent another message. Please just tell me you're okay. This time, I didn't even get a delivery notification right away. I stared at the screen like it owed me an answer. That's when the thoughts started changing. Not maybe she's busy anymore. Now it was. What if something happened? What if she's in trouble? What if? I grabbed my keys. For a moment, I considered going out to look for her. But where would I go? I didn't even know where she had gone. And that thought hit harder than anything else. I didn't know. I didn't know where my own wife was. 1:15 a.m. I sat on the edge of the bed. Her side untouched. Cold. I picked up her pillow and held it for a second. It still smelled like her. And for some reason, that made it worse. I tried calling again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. 17 times. 17 calls. And not once did she answer. By 2 a.m., I stopped calling. Not because I wasn't worried, but because I was afraid of what the silence meant. I leaned back against the wall and closed my eyes. But sleep never came. Just thoughts. Endless, heavy thoughts. And then, a memory. From earlier that week. She was sitting right here, on this same couch. Typing on her phone. Smiling. I had asked, "What's so funny?" She locked her screen almost instantly. "Nothing," she said. Nothing. That word again. Another memory. She had started going out more often. Just need space. I'm tired. Work stress. Excuses that sounded normal. Until they didn't. 3:40 a.m. I checked her last seen. Hours ago. No update. No sign. No explanation. That's when it hit me. Not like a loud realization. Not like a sudden shock. But like a slow, sinking feeling. The kind that doesn't scream. It whispers. What if she's not coming back tonight? I sat there in silence. And for the first time that night, I didn't feel worried. I felt something worse. I felt replaced. 5:58 a.m. The sky outside started to turn light. I hadn't slept. Hadn't moved. Hadn't even turned on the TV again. I was just sitting there. Waiting. Waiting for a door that never opened. Waiting for a phone that never rang. Waiting for her. And then, at exactly 7:12 a.m., my phone buzzed. I froze. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it. Slowly. I picked up the phone. Her name. Finally. A message. Just one. I stared at it. For a long time. Too long. Because deep down, before even opening it, I already knew. Nothing was going to be the same after this. My hands were shaking when I finally opened the message. Just one line. That's all it was. No explanation. No apology. No emotion. Just, "I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore." For a moment, I didn't understand it. My mind refused to. It tried to turn those words into something smaller, something harmless. Maybe she meant an argument. Maybe she needed space. Maybe. But then I saw the second message. "I stayed somewhere else last night. Please don't call me." That's when everything inside me went quiet. Not loud. Not broken. Just silent. 17 calls. And she answered none of them. But now she had the time to send this? I read the message again. And again. And again. Searching for something, anything, that felt like her. But it didn't. It felt like a stranger had typed it. Then I noticed it. That one detail. The thing that changed everything. She didn't say "I need time." She didn't say "I'm confused." She said, "I can't do this anymore. Not this night. Not this fight. Not this moment. This. Our marriage. Our life. Me." And just like that, every memory from the past few months came rushing back. Her late nights. Her distant replies. Her sudden need for space. The way she stopped looking at me the same way. It wasn't sudden. It wasn't a mistake. It was a decision. I sat there, staring at the phone, feeling something I never thought I would feel in my own marriage. Not anger. Not even heartbreak. Clarity. For the first time, everything made sense. The work stress. The I'm tired. The don't wait up. They weren't excuses. They were exits. I didn't reply. Not immediately. Because for the first time in hours, I wasn't chasing her anymore. Instead, I stood up, walked slowly to the bedroom, opened the wardrobe. Half her clothes were gone. I froze, my fingers still holding the closet door. She didn't leave suddenly. She planned this. That hurt more than anything else. This wasn't a mistake. It wasn't one bad night. She had been leaving me, piece by piece, day by day, while I was still trying to hold everything together. I sat down on the edge of the bed again. Same place as before. But this time, it felt different. The waiting was over. And somehow, that hurt even more. An hour passed. Maybe two. I didn't check the time. Didn't check my phone. Until it buzzed again. Another message. From her. I didn't want to hurt you like this, but I met someone. There it was. The truth. Simple. Cold. Final. I read it once. No shock this time. No denial. Just confirmation. And strangely, a small part of me wasn't surprised. Because deep down, I think I had known. Not consciously. Not clearly. But in the silence between her words. In the way she stopped reaching for me. In the distance that grew without explanation. I had felt it. I just didn't want to accept it. I typed a reply. Stopped. Deleted it. Typed again. Deleted it again. What do you even say to someone who already left you before they said goodbye? Nothing. So I put the phone down. And chose silence. Not because I didn't care. But because there was nothing left to fight for. Love doesn't disappear in one night. It fades. Quietly. Slowly. Until one day, you realize you were the only one still holding on. I stood up again. Walked to the window. The morning sun was fully out now. People were going to work. Cars passing. Life continuing. Like nothing had happened. But inside that house, everything had changed. I wasn't a husband anymore. Just a man. Standing in the middle of what used to be his life. And for the first time since that message, I felt something real. Not pain. Not anger. Acceptance. Because the truth is, she didn't leave that night. She had been gone for a long time. I just finally caught up to it. I didn't call her again. Didn't beg. Didn't ask why. Because sometimes, closure doesn't come from answers. It comes from understanding. And I understood one thing clearly. You can't hold on to someone who already let go of you. So I opened the door that evening. Not to wait for her this time, but to walk forward. Without her. And I never looked back. Silence is also an answer. If someone stops choosing you, their silence is louder than any excuse. People don't suddenly change, they slowly reveal who they've become. Pay attention to small changes, they tell the biggest truths. Never beg for love. Real love stays. It doesn't disappear overnight without a fight. Sometimes closure doesn't come from them. It comes from accepting what you already know. Letting go hurts, but holding on to someone who's gone hurts more. You deserve someone who chooses you every day, not someone who leaves in silence.